Hey, what's going on guys? Butterbar here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another Apex Legends video. So, I'll go and say it. I feel like a goof. I feel like such a goof that I made yesterday's video about not knowing if the Legendary Hunt was going to be available or not, because as soon as I posted that video, Respawn posted a trailer of the Legendary Hunt and made it live on all platforms. So I will definitely admit to my mistake and my, I don't know, failure, but it was definitely a goof. So I appreciate it that the content is now out live for everybody. Even though it was just a little bit late, I do enjoy that the content came out here for everybody to enjoy. And I have to say, my review so far from everything that I've written down, mostly positive. I have to say I've really enjoyed so far everything they have done in this update. However, man, there is one thing that they've added I feel like is just going to be a huge downer that I really do hope maybe later in the future we see some type of change on being able to get into different queues for elite players, for players that are working really hard to get into, elite standards in the game. I feel like there might be a better way of doing it, because right now it is either you are hunting players or you are hiding away from players, and that is pretty much just, at least with the elite queue and players trying to work onto that to unlock some of the challenges. Man, I think I've seen more people hiding in this game than ever before. So we'll get into that. However, I do want to give you guys my opinion about what I think is really great about this update and what I really do look forward to, at least for Season 2. And then we'll kind of get into the things I really did not care for as much with this update. So first off, we'll talk about the Elite Queue. The Elite Queue, I really do enjoy that they've actually made in a separate queue for players that are wanting to work hard and actually go after other players that have done well in other games. It's a way of kind of testing your skill out, and also too of how long you can actually survive in the elite queue. The way the elite queue works is you regularly get into a normal queue. If you get in the top 5 of that, you have the ability to get into the top 5 queue and go against other players that got into the top 5. Depending on how many times you win, you actually get an increase in your badge of how high you've actually got. So if you win your first queue or you get in your top 5 queue, you go on to the next one, and your number changes in your badge from 1, 2, 3, and so on. So I really did think that was really cool that he kind of evolves with how many wins, or at least how many top 5 things you actually get in it. So I thought that was really interesting. And also too, I thought this is really good, is that if you win a match once and you actually get into the top queue and you like maybe have two top 5 wins or 2 top 5 standings in the elite queue, and you lose a match, you actually get to stay in that queue for one more time. It resets your rank, but you're still able to play. So I thought that was a really cool way of doing it. I really enjoyed that. The new skins for the legendary characters, or the legend characters, as well as the skins for the weapons, again, I really do. I like them. I really hope that in Season 2 we see more cosmetic items like this. I don't really care for the cosmetics in the store. Again, right now for legendary cosmetics it's $18. For epic it's $10. To me, I still think that's way too much. You're asking way too much from players to pay for stuff like that, but again, that's my opinion. I do enjoy the look of them. However, at least when it comes to cosmetics that you can buy in-game, I still think it's quite a bit of chunk of change for it. Challenges. I have to say the challenges are really good. They're easy, and I think they're implemented that way. I know some players might be wanting some challenges that are a little bit harder to work towards. However, at least for casual players, and I'm including in myself in that, it is pretty nice to get home and not have to work so vigorously, so hard to kind of complete these challenges in order to get the content that's in the game. So again, stuff like this with challenges and whatnot implemented into Season 2 with other cosmetics, and hopefully we can get the opportunity to actually unlock the cosmetics they have in the store that they're charging money on, because again, I don't really want to play for it. However, if they do have challenges similar to what they have right now, I think that'd be a really good way for players to kind of work up towards. I don't know if they'll do it like that, but again, I think that'd be a great way to unlock even more cosmetics without having to fork out $10 to $18. Music change. I actually am surprised by this, but the music change from the menu screen as well as kind of getting in game has changed a little bit, if you guys have not noticed yet. And also too, the sound effects are not as loud, at least when in the main menu screen or selecting your legendary characters, and I actually enjoy that, because man, it was loud. It was pretty damn loud. The Mozambique, this was probably one of the funniest things. I did not expect for this to be actually implemented in the game. However, the Mozambique now has a new animation. When you pick a Mozambique up, nothing's changed whatsoever. However, if you're wanting to change out that Mozambique with another weapon, you literally throw the Mozambique on the ground and you hear your character grunt. It's to me, I find it funny. I love those type of animations. I think Respawn's done a great job. I know a lot of you know, developers out there do kind of fun things. At least I know for Moya. Moya's my man when it comes to animations and whatnot. But I love that. You know, they come up with very clever ideas on different animations in their games, and this is, well, again, even it's very simple. However, it is extremely funny for the memeness of the Mozambique, and I thought that was just really funny. Lastly, on the good is Mirage actually got a pretty decent buff. If you guys have not played Mirage yet, you haven't ran into a Mirage character, Mirage got a huge buff with him being completely invisible right now. You cannot see him. You can hear him. You can see the dust he kicks up, the water he kicks around as he's running through the map, but you literally cannot see him. He is completely invisible with his signature abilities. So he shoots out those cloaked characters, it becomes invisible, and previously before this, you could see his outline pretty good. I mean, it was not hard to see Mirage go cloak, and I'm really happy to see that he's getting a huge buff. Maybe later on in the future, more things will happen to his character to make him a more desirable character. However, at least with this buff that he got to where he's completely invisible, completely down with that. I really enjoy it, so thank you so much, Respawn, for doing that. Alright, so let's get into the bad. So, again, like I said, there was a lot of things that I saw in this update that was good, then bad. However, the bad things really kind of stood out to me that I don't know how can be fixed later in the future, but I'm going to give one idea, at least for the Elite Q. Now, the Elite Q, I think, is a really good implementation of being able to test out your skill and ability with other players that have kind of gotten into the same category that you are in the top 5. However, there is a huge problem right now in Apex Legends, and this is not out of the ordinary, but players are literally trying to sneak around and hide the entire time to get to top 5. Now, again, like I said, this is not oh my goodness, it's not, it's normal. It's completely normal. I can't talk right now, but it's completely normal for players to do this because of the BR and the way that BRs play out. However, at least for this, man, it kind of gets boring. There's a lot of times where you don't run into players because the amount of people that are actually hiding and not doing anything. It does get annoying. So to me, really, I would love to see, the one fix that I really could think of for this is making a breakdown, maybe a top 5 of kills. How many kills a team is getting in a match, to where you are actually getting matched up with the top tier players that have gotten the top amount of kills in a match. So again, to me, I really think that would be a really great way of being able to break it down if you're wanting to do something like this, a top elite queue in the future, to where, you know, you're not just having players hide it out, which again I know is another tactic that players can play, but really to me, that's somebody that's wanting to go after players, hunt down people, get into conflict. Man, I want to go after people that are the best of the best, and at least when it comes to kills, I think that would be a great way of being able to implement a top elite queue with the amount of aggressive players out there. I would love to know from you guys, what do you guys think about that? Do you think that would be a great way for them to be able to implement an elite top 5 type of thing, where instead of going off of just top 5 survival time, you're actually going off top 5 kills? So I'd love to know what your opinion is from that. Last thing, the one thing that I've been really hearing a lot is the sliding right now. The sliding and accuracy has not been great so far. I know Respawn's kind of looking into this, but at least if you're coming over from Titanfall 2 and you played Apex Legends before this update, sliding is everything. At least when gaining momentum, getting kind of the edge on your opponents, sliding is a great way to be able to get that edge and be able to surprise your enemies. However, in this update, the accuracy in sliding is not that great. So the accuracy, I'm assuming it's some type of bug, but right now when you are sliding and you're shooting, the crosshairs and everything, your accuracy just completely goes down the drain. Before that, the accuracy was not so bad. It was kind of going off the Titanfall 2 type of accuracy in this game. So again, I really do see that, you know, Respawn might fix that later in the future. At least for right now, it's not doing so well. Last thing, I know this kind of the popped up in my head, was the bunny hopping and med packing. I know a lot of people were doing this, healing themselves and being able to bunny hop, and I know a lot of people were kind of frustrated with that. And really, look, I mean, if it's been in the game ever since it launched, I might as well just leave it. In my opinion, I really didn't do it that much. Again, if you guys know me from my Titanfall days, I am not a bunny hopper whatsoever. However, if it's been in this game, it's been around, and people are kind of building their knowledge around that and their skill and whatnot, I would definitely leave it in. That's just my opinion, but I'd love to get your guys' opinion about what do you guys think about some of the bad stuff. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, I hope you are enjoying this update. Let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think about the Elite Q? Should it be changed? Should it be kept the same? And also, what do you guys think about the bunny hop being removed? Guys, have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you guys all next time.